Okay, so welcome back. We have a new series na gagawin, and that is the earthquake loads in accordance to our NSCP 2015, which is in section 208. Okay, sa chapter 2 ng ating NSCP. So wag na natin patagalin and let's start. Okay, so welcome back. Let's start. Okay, so let's have our laser. Okay, so we have here first the significant revision na nangyari sa ating earthquake provisions. So chapter 2, we have the minimum design loads. Kabilang dyan yung ating earthquake loads na nasa section 208. At ang sabi, okay, the near source factors for 2 kilometer distance from a causative fault is included in addition to 5, 10, and 15 kilometers. So, merong naidagdag na 2 kilometers. Okay, so ayan yon. And then next, bago tayo mag-proceed, kailangan i-review muna natin yung ating classification of structures. So that is in chapter 1 in section 103. Okay, so we have here the table 103-1, the occupancy category. Ayan. So we have here our table, occupancy category. Meron tayo dyan nung ating essential facilities. Ayan. Which includes the following. So we have the surgery and emergency treatment areas, fire and police stations, garage and shelters, structures and shelters in emergency preparedness centers, aviation control towers, structures and equipment in communication centers. Okay, so we also have the public school buildings and hospitals at iba pa. Okay, next, we also have the hazardous facilities. Okay, so ayan yung mga occupancies and structures housing or supporting toxic or explosive chemicals. Okay, for non-building structures storing, supporting, or containing quantities of toxic or explosive substances. So, kapag malaking hazard, dito magfo-fall yung occupancy category natin. So, next, we have the special occupancy structures. So, ano yung mga nandyan? Buildings with an assembly room with an occupant capacity of 1,000 or more. So, pag nagpo-fall dyan yung i-design natin, papunta na siya sa special occupancy structures. Educational buildings, okay, such as museums, libraries, auditorium with capacity of 300 or more occupants. Next, buildings used for college or adult education with a capacity of 500 or more. Institutional buildings, okay, with 50 or more, okay, but not included in our category 1. Mental hospitals, sanitariums, jails, prisons, and other buildings with personal liberties of inmates are similarly restrained. Next, we also have churches, mosques, and other religion facilities. Okay, and then all structures with an occupancy of 5,000 or more, special occupancy na yan. Structures and equipment in power generating stations. Okay. And other public utility facilities not included in category 1 or category 2. Next, we have also the standard occupancy. All structures housing occupancies or having functions not listed in category 1, 2, or 3, and 5. Okay, next, we also have the miscellaneous. So, ayan yung mga private na garahe, carports, sheds, and fences over 1.5 meter in height. Okay, so let's go now to chapter 2, section 208. The general purpose of earthquake loads. Okay, the purpose of succeeding earthquake provision is primarily to design seismic resistant structures. Okay. Hindi seismic proof. Resistant. Okay. Para saan? Of course, to safeguard against major structural damage that may lead to loss of life and property. Okay. So it is very important na we design in accordance to our code. Okay, next, minimum seismic design. Structures and portions thereof shall, as a minimum, be designed and constructed to resist the effects of seismic ground motions as provided in this section. So, our designs and construction, okay, dapat i-resist yung effect of seismic ground motions. Okay, seismic and wind. Okay, may mga nagtatanong nito. Sir, kapag nag-design ba tayo, sabay ba yung provision ni wind at ni seismic? Okay, ganito ang sagot ng code dyan. When the code prescribe, okay, wind design procedures greater effects, ibig sabihin, yung effect ng wind load ay mas malaki kaysa sa seismic. Kapag tinignan natin sa code, the wind design shall govern, but, okay, the detailing requirements and limitations prescribed in this section and reference section shall be made govern. Ibig sabihin, titingnan natin, nasaang zone ba tayo? Okay, zone 2 ba o zone 4? Ano ba yung mas mataas na risk? Is it the seismic or the wind? So, it is in the hand of the structural designer regarding this matter. Okay, basis for design. Okay, in general, the procedure and limitations for the design of structures shall be determined considering seismic zoning. Okay, dapat alam natin kung nasaang zone tayo. Site characteristics, ibig sabihin yung nasa ilalim natin, yung lupa. Alam natin kung ano yung characteristic niyan. Type of occupancy natin. Configuration, saan ba siya nakaharap. Okay, structural system na gagamitin natin. Okay, moment resisting ba yan? Ordinary ba yan? Brace ba yan? Okay, and height in accordance with this section. Okay, kasi the goal is we design with adequate strength to withstand lateral displacements. Okay, so next, occupancy category. Ito yung binabanggit kanina. So sa occupancy category, dapat alam natin kung nasaan tayo. Essential, hazardous, special ba, standard, or miscellaneous. So pag alam na natin, na-define na natin kung saan tayo dyan, we will have our seismic importance factor I. Okay, which is given by the following. Okay? Yan yung mga I values natin. Okay? So next, site geology and soil characteristics. So, dapat alam natin kung ano yung lupa na pagtatayuan natin. Each site, sabi, shall be assigned a soil profile type using the site categorization procedure set forth in section 208.4.3.1.1 and table 208-2. Okay. But we have the exemption. Okay, when the soil property ay hindi natin alam in sufficient detail. To determine the soil profile type, you will use the type S sub D, okay, or type D. Pero, soil profile type S, E, or F need not be assumed, okay, unless the building official determines that type SE or SF may be present at the site, or in the event that this soil profile type is established by geotechnical data. Okay, so here are the soil profile types. Okay, soil profile type A, B, C, D, and E are defined in table 208-2. But for soil profile type F, it is defined as soils requiring site-specific evaluation as follows. So, ano yung mga yan? Soils vulnerable to potential failure or collapse under seismic loading. Okay, paano ba natin malalaman? Ayan yung mga lupa na liquefiable, quick and highly sensitive clays, okay, and collapsible, weakly cemented soils. So kapag ganyan yung lupa natin, automatic soil profile type F tayo. Okay, next. Peats and or highly organic clays where the thickness of peat or highly organic clay exceeds 3 meters. Ano pa? The plasticity index PI is greater than 75 where the depth of clay exceeds 7.5 meters. Next, very thick, soft, medium, stiff clays where the depth of clay is exceeding 35 meters. Okay, the criteria set forth in the definition for soil profile type SF requiring site-specific evaluation shall be considered. Okay, so ito naman yung categorization procedure natin. So the scope. This section describes the procedure for determining soil profile type A hanggang F. So that is the table 208-2 soil profile types. So we have here the soil profile types A hanggang F. And ito yung kanilang generic na description. So we have the hard rock, very dense soil and soft rock, stiff soil profile, soft soil profile, and then here is the shear wave velocity, Vs in meter per second. And we have here the SPT N blows per 300 mm, and the undrained shear strength, okay, SU in kPa. Okay, so seismic zone naman. Okay, there are two seismic zones sa Philippines. We have the Zone 2 and Zone 4. Sa Zone 2, it covers the province of Palawan except Busuanga, okay, and then Sulu and Tawi-Tawi. While the rest of the country is under Zone 4. Okay, but as far as I know, sa next na printing ng ating NSCP, sa next na edition niya ay ang sabi ay Sulu and Tawi-Tawi will be included in Seismic Zone 4. Okay, so ito yung ating Zone Z. Sa Zone 2, we have 0.2. Sa Zone 4, we have 0.4. Okay, so next, we have the seismic source types. Okay. So, may type pa yung ating mga seismic sources. So, we have A, B, and C. So, pag sa A, ang description yan, faults are capable of producing large magnitude events, and they have high rate of seismic activity. Okay, next sa C naman, faults are not capable of producing large magnitudes and have a relatively low rate of seismic activity. So yung A, kaya niya magbigay ng malakas na magnitude at mataas yung rate na maging active siya. Okay, kabaliktaran naman yun yung C. And we also have the seismic source type B. Okay, all faults other than A and C. So we have here the maximum moment magnitude M na pwedeng ibigay. Sa A, we have greater than or equal to 7 but less than or equal to 8.4. Sa B, we have 6.5 to 7. And then sa source type C, we have magnitude less than 6.5. Okay, so ito yung mapa ng Philippines na nahahati sa dalawang zone. We have the zone 4 and the zone 2. Okay, but this portion, okay, sa pagkakaalam ko ay malilipat na yan sa zone 4 sa susunod na edition. Okay, so next, we have the seismic zone 4 near source factor. Okay, so in seismic zone 4, each site shall be assigned near source factors in accordance to tables 208-5 and -6 based on the seismic source type as set forth in section 208.4.4.2. Okay, for high-rise structures and essential facilities within 2 kilometers of a major fault, okay, the analysis will be response spectrum. That is the recommended of the code. Okay, so we have here the table. Okay, ito yung sinasabi kanina, no, na dinagdag sa 2 kilometers sa near source factor natin. So we have here the near source factor sub A and then sub V. Okay, so kailangan para magamit natin yan, alam natin yung seismic source type natin, kung saan tayo nagfo-fall, kung nasa A, B, or C. Okay, so paano ba gamitin yan? Sabi, okay, the note says that the near source factor may be based on the linear interpolation. Ibig sabihin, kapag chinek natin yung source factor natin, near source factor natin, at hindi nag-fall sakto sa 2 kilometers, 5 kilometers, ganyan, we can do a linear interpolation para malaman natin kung ano yung ating near source factor. So, para malaman naman natin yan, we can use the website of Pag-asa. Okay, sa fault finder nila sa website para malaman kung gaano tayo kalayo or kalapit sa nearest na fault line. Okay, the closest distance to seismic source shall be taken as the minimum distance between the site and the area described by the vertical projection of the source on the surface. Okay, the value of N sub A used to determine C sub A need not exceed 1.1, okay, in compliance to the following. The soil profile type is A to D. So, nagfo-fall siya dyan. The raw value is 1.0 except in single-story structures, residential building accommodating 10 or fewer persons, private garage, carports, sheds, and agricultural buildings. Okay, moment frame systems designated as part of the lateral force resisting system shall be special moment resisting frames. Okay, number 4, the exemptions to section 5.5.6.5 shall not apply. Next, none of the following structural irregularities is present. Okay, type 1 to 4 or 5 from table 208-9, type 1 or 4 from table 208-10. Okay, so we have here now, kanina the near source factor, now we have the seismic response coefficients. So we have the C sub A and then the C sub V from table 208-7 and -8. Okay, so seismic coefficient C sub A, dapat alam natin yung ating soil profile type. Alam natin kung saang zone tayo. Okay, pag alam na natin yan, for example, nasa soil profile type natin ay D, and then seismic zone natin ay 4. So the value is 0.44 N sub A. Okay, same thing for our seismic coefficient V. So dapat alam natin yung ating soil profile type. Okay, and then alam natin kung anong zone tayo.